2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, they certainly feel like they're a better team than their record might indicate. A chance tonight to prove it as they take on a team above them in the standings. And Dwayne Casey, former Coach of the Year. Shacky does a great job defining roles for his players.
Yeah, with Coach Casey, you always know where you stand. He'll tell you to your face what he wants to see from you every night.
And as a player, knowing exactly what you want and expected of you, that's all you can ask for. It makes it easier knowing that you can get your job done.
That'll do it for us for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Quite the attire on the Pistons as they made their way through the tunnel earlier. They're geared up to give their fans a big treat here at home tonight. And the game arrival sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Dallas. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
You know, right now, Dallas, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Can't remember the last time I've seen optimism turn to pessimism as quickly as I have with these guys. I mean, their fans are already talking about who needs to be replaced.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis, and it's Wright in at the point guard. And for the Pistons, Doumbouya is out there with Wood. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Galloway in at the 2 spot. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Outside Hardaway. And stolen by Drummond. Now here's Doumbouya. Guarded by Hardaway. Doumbouya can't get it to go.
Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie contract. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Drummond. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
And don't forget about the 4 blocks. Just a big all-around game, particularly on the defensive side.
We're about 1 minute into the first. You talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting, two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
Now Rose after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go.
Rose excels at driving and controlling his body in the air. A unique blend of power and athleticism.
For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Hardaway. Back to Wright. Doncic outside. 6 to shoot. Count the basket.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
Rose against Wright. Rose passes to Doumbouya. Pass to Wood. Kicks it to Drummond. Sinks that one from the post. Here's Wright. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Now, here's Doncic. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 5 points so far.
Porzingis looking so confident taking these deep shots. He's a very dangerous downtown.
The pass to Doumbouya. Here's Galloway, guarded by Hardaway. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Mavericks. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And boy, how they were able to come back in the fourth quarter of that game. Being down as much as they were made it a really special win.
Well, I'm sure they enjoyed it because you're not going to get too many wins where you have to come from that far behind.
Here's Rose following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Rose against Wright. Out to the right wing, and stolen by Cauley-Stein. Outside, Porzingis. Another 3 for Dallas.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Wright against Rose. Pass to Wood. Dishes to Doumbouya. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. I asked him which player he thought could be an X factor tonight, and he said that Andre Drummond has their full attention. The most voracious rebounder in the game, Drummond can tilt the game with the extra offensive possessions he generates for his team. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
The shot misses. The Pistons go the other way with it. To the inside. Here's Drummond. Here's Galloway. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Dallas leading by 5. Hardaway with a wide open look. Dallas again missing.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And it's Rose penetrating. Shoots from 12. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Clearly, the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Doncic dishes to Cauley-Stein.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Here's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Rose. Will it go? That's good. And so Galloway with the assist. And it's 7 points for Derrick Rose.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
Here's Doncic. Softly drops in the floater.
Boy, such a soft release on this difficult shot. Doncic is a master at knowing how and when to use that shot.
Now here's Rose. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive. Drummond, and no good. Cauley-Stein with the defensive effort. Now the Mavericks moving it up. A clear look for Hardaway. And that one goes long.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson comes in for Derrick Rose. Mavericks on D. 6-point lead, and Jackson gets it to go.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
And here are the Mavericks now. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a filling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Galloway. He kicks it to Drummond. Back to Galloway. Jackson looking it over. 4 on the shot clock. Drops in the layup for 2. And now just a 2-point Maverick lead.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10. Right at him. Get to the rack.
Here's Wright, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Baseline jumper, and it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Cauley-Stein. Porzingis has got 12 in the game. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Over Wright. Jackson misses. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic left side. Rebounded by Jackson.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Free throw good, Drummond. Well, talking about defense, who are some of the best players in the league right now at taking charges?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. As I think about it, a guy like Marcus Smart for the Celtics comes to mind. Kevin Love, when he's on the floor and healthy, is pretty good at drawing charges. The Milwaukee Bucks, Ersan Ilyasova, and Draymond Green falls into that category, too. He does a pretty good job of it.
Kyle Lowry up in Toronto. There are a lot of them. Detroit making a switch here. Makers checked in. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. There's Jackson with the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic outside. Passes to Brunson. Back to Doncic. The floater, he lays it in. Doncic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Morris outside. Back to Jackson. Got a hand on it.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the score by Dallas. Fades away. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Now here's Jackson. After Luka Doncic's miss, it's Jackson with the drive. Misses from close range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pistons trail by 3. The shot's good from Kennard.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now Barea. No points in the game yet for him. Kicks to Powell. And there's the pass to Brunson. Now Barea. Stolen away. Now Detroit moving it up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Luka Doncic.
You know, at 7'1", Maker is very hard to cover, and he uses his size to draw fouls.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
The skill set package that Maker has is intriguing. A long, lanky, big guy who can shoot it and rebound. I think he just needs to focus on being more consistent.
Marjanovic checked in for Doncic. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Barea, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Kennard. Brunson covering. Kennard kicks to Maker. Shoots over Barea. No good off the back of the rim. Dallas has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. To the middle. Here's Powell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, when Powell is this deep, Kevin, I mean, the defense knows they're in trouble. Sometimes they have no choice but to foul him.
Now out of Canada by way of Stanford University, 6'11" power forward Dwight Powell.
Boy, a high-energy guy is Powell, guys. He's a pogo stick and a rim runner, very quick-footed. I think that makes him tough to tag slicing through the lane. His activity and agility really what separate him and get him minutes on the court.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
The length and mobility of Powell is really impressive. He's a solid big guy who I think continues just to get better at both ends.
Good on both. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. Trailing by 2. 59 seconds left to play in the first. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Maker. Shoots over Marjanovic. Maker misses. Mavericks shooting 43% since taking the floor today. Here's Brunson. The shot, no good. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Morris outside. Puts up a 3. Barea pulls it in. And the Mavericks with possession. Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Powell. Passes it to Kleba. Basket counts. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Stolen by Brunson. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Dallas up 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Powell, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Kleba in at the 3. Now here's Maker, and he gets the bucket.
There's no question about it. Maker needs to get stronger, and he will, but baskets like this are still encouraging.
Now here's Barea, the pass to Brunson. Back to Barea. And Maker sends it back. Here's Kennard, guarded by Barea. Kennard's shot is off.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Barea looking over the floor. Pass to Brunson. Here's Powell. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Pass to Snell. Here's Kennard. Passes it to Maker. Puts one up from 19. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got his 8th rebound here tonight. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Kleba, the pass to Marjanovic. 6 on the shot clock. Barea with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Lets it go from the wing. A nice shot by Barea. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
And the pass to Kennard. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Snell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shot's good by Kennard.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Here's Barea. Inside. Tries from 10. Marjanovic, no good. Pistons trail by 4. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Barea after the basket by Detroit. Unloads from 13. Hangs in the air, and that one's good. Marjanovic.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And, Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state. And being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings, that's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
The Mavericks leading. Outside Hardaway. Back to right. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
Rose in the post, guarded by Wright. Rose, that's good. Rose has got it all tied up now for the Pistons. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wright looking around. Pass to Hardaway. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And now the Pistons fast break. Doumbouya gets a wide open look. A miss that time would have put him up. Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Brunson, and he jams it with authority.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You take a look at the Nets. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Well, right now for the Pistons, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
Porzingis is an outstanding free throw shooter, so he's not the guy you want to send to the line.
And, Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level. That's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Thrown down with force. Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Outside Hardaway. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. And it's good off the back rim and in. Porzingis has got 16 points.
Well, you can see it in his eyes. Porzingis looking aggressively for his shot.
Rose surveying the D. Detroit, no good that time either. And it's Wright with the ball for the Mavericks. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Hardaway passes to Doncic. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now, here's Toomboya. Guarded by Hardaway. And Hardaway comes to help. Pass to Galloway. On its way from Rose for 2. And no good that time. And there's the foul. It'll go on Christian Wood. That's foul number 2 for him. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
And Wright kicks to Doncic. Looking to get back on track here. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Wood. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Wood's got the game tied up here for Detroit. Dallas shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Here's Doncic. Here's Porzingis. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
For Detroit, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Porzingis with the steal. To the paint. Here's Doncic. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Wood. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds here tonight. In the corner, Hardaway with it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Hardaway finds Cauley-Stein. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
That is a sweet-looking jumper there, boy. Doncic doesn't need much space or time to get shots off.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
The 3 from Porzingis. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You look at Toomboya, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Now, here's Toomboya. After Luka Doncic's miss. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Drains the three-pointer. Hardaway has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, excellent situational awareness from Hardaway Jr. that time. I mean, he seems to know exactly where to get when the break is on.
Here's Galloway. Clock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
No good on the free throw. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Outside Hardaway. Passes it to Doncic. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And 12 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Right against Jackson. The pass to Drummond. To the right side. Here's Doumbouya. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now here's Doumbouya. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Jackson with it. Guarded by Doncic. Count it. Jackson's got 6. .137 left to play in the first half. Feeds to Doncic. And it's sent back by Drummond. And he's able to get it back. And Doncic gets it to go.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
Here's Jackson after Luka Doncic's bucket, and they pick up 2. He's got 8.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Wright finds Porzingis. Cauley Stein in the post, working on Drummond. Wright with it, guarded now by Jackson. Porzingis can't hit. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
It's Jackson with the drive. Porzingis trying to get free. And again, it's Reggie Jackson. Jackson's got it all tied up now for the Pistons. We've got 33 seconds left now here in the second. Wright with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Boy, Porzingis is a very impressive all-around scorer, and every year it seems as though he's taking on more of the offensive load.
Jackson passes to Doumbouya. Back to Jackson. Down low. Wood kicks to Drummond. Here's Galloway. Second shot opportunity, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Just 4 seconds left in the first half. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. Tie game in Detroit. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, you guys have gotten defense into offense. How do you keep that going?
Push the ball. We always want to push the ball. Have to stop. But again, we got to make good decisions. We don't want to come down and give it right back to them and let them run it down our throat to the other end. Run the ball, wings get out and run, pass it ahead, but then make good decisions and attack the basket.
Dwayne, good luck the rest of the way. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Andre Drummond having an outstanding game. He had 12 points, 3 block shots, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And over to Kenny. Let's get your insights on Dallas.
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunk, alley-oop, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Porzingis having a dominant impact in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Andre Drummond is out there with Wood. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Rose. And it's Galloway in at the 2. Mavericks trailed by 3. Right outside. He feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Cauley-Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
Here's Galloway. He kicks to Rose. Pass to Wood. Right with the double team. 5 on the clock. From deep. They get it back. Here's Drummond. It's not going to go for him.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Hardaway finds Wright. Out to Porzingis, wide open. Doumbouya pulls it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Rose, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose, and the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
The first one falls.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there, and that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
And both free throws good for Rose.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Cauley Stein. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And right, here we go. To the middle. Here's Cauley Stein. With the second effort, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
The Mavericks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Wood. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Right against Rose. Cauley Stein. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Cauley Stein's got 8 points here in this quarter. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Rose passes to Galloway. Drummond trying to get himself free, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic. For Detroit, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Galloway. Thon Maker's checked in for the Pistons. Galloway hits both of them. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. And that one, good. Doncic has got 16.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Drummond. 12 points for him. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Maker. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. It's good. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Passes it to Drummond. Back to Rose. Porzingis with the block. And they get it back. Maker misses.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Rose. 11 points in the game. Now the feed to Drummond. Here's Galloway. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein.
Looking now at some numbers for Hardaway. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contribution.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Porzingis with the block. On the wing, Doncic. 16 points for him. And Wright kicks to Hardaway. Here's Porzingis, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, that's not an easy assignment. As Porzingis showed there, he's a lot to handle.
And he's good on the second. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on the championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Detroit making a switch here. Kennard's checked in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Pistons trail by 9 to the inside. Here's Maker. There's the dish to Drummond. And there's the pass to Kennard. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, the first half was 1 to deep 6 or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Right against Rose. Pass to Maker. Looking to get it going. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one.
Maker feels like he can make the defense pay off the pass, aggressively looking for the catch and shoot.
Now here is Hardaway. 11 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Boy, that's just tremendous focus there, guys. I mean, Hardaway Jr. doing a nice job keeping his composure in a tough spot.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Mavericks?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Mavericks leading by 10. And here's Brunson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Doncic. Here's Kleba. Passes to Powell. Here's Brunson. Doumbouya pulls it in. Now Jackson. 12 points for him. And the dunk by Jackson.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Now here's Brunson. Now the pass to Hardaway. It's blocked. Tries again.
Well, you got to give Hardaway Jr. credit, guys. I mean, he's excellent at finding ways to get to his spot and then make the defense compromise. And
he's just had one attempt at the line early.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And, you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
J.J. Barea checked in for Dallas. And the second free throw, good.
You know, for Tim Hardaway Jr., it's the family business. His dad was a pro and an outstanding one in his own right in the NBA. So Jr. knows exactly what it takes to excel at this level.
And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Doncic.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
That's good from Jackson.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Brunson with it. Inside. And the dunk by Powell.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns. I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Barea, the pass to Kleba. Here's Powell. Back to Kleba. To the left wing. Barea with a wide open look. Off target from three-point range. Pistons trail by 7. To the paint. Here's Doumbouya. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And the Mavericks with possession here, following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's Barea. It's tipped. Knocks it loose. And he recovers it.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
The drive by Jackson. Morris. Another shot, and it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a two-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
That one falls for Brunson. Christian Woods checked in for Doomboya. And so he hits both. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 7. From 11 feet away, bank shot, no good. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. In fourth, the Pistons.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick, and because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor.
Now here's Jackson. 16 points for him. Morris finds Snell. On the wing, Jackson launches a 3. Here's Morris. Second chance shot, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Dallas. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. Dallas leading by 6. And here's Barea. Outside Hardaway. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. 17 points for Tim Hardaway.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Here's Jackson. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. Here's Barea. Pass to Kleba. And here's Brunson. Feeds to Powell. Just 5 to shoot, and the shot is good. Powell's got 8.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
They retain possession.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Kennard. He's averaging 8 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Here's Barea. The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Kennard. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Jackson. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Out to the wing. Here's Brunson. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 6 points for him.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Pass to Morris, 11 feet away. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 5 assists tonight. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. First one falls for him. He's off on the second.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Kennard. Dallas has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Barea against Jackson. Barea, the pass to Brunson. That 3 off the mark. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got Cauley Stein, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Kleba in at the 3 slot. They get a hand on it. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Brunson. Buries the corner 3. Brunson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Dallas. Pistons trail by 10. It's Jackson with the drive. Morris. That shot no good. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. Brunson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Uncovered. And that one hits back iron.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Barea kicks to Kleba. Passes it to Cauley Stein. Dallas moving it around. Brunson finds Barea. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his first foul. A different look here for Detroit. Andre Drummond's checked in for Morris. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Tony Snell. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Doncic comes in for Maxi Kleba. And it's DeLon Wright in for J.J. Barea.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Jackson passes to Drummond. To the middle, here's Kennard. A second chance effort outside for Jackson. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Here's Wright, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And it's sent back by Drummond. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And the Pistons making a change here. Rose is checked in. Here's Porzingis. Just 4 to shoot. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Well, it seems like he's gotten a little loose with it since halftime. His fingers may be a little slick or slippery. He went from no turnovers in the first half to quite a few here in the second.
Outside Rose. The pass to Kennard. Poked loose. Stolen by Brunson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. A wide open look here for Wright. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. 8-point game. Chalk up 2 there.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Porzingis. Wright outside. Shot clock at 5. Doncic outside. From deep. Rebounded by the Pistons. Woods got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Kennard. Doncic with the steal. Fast break Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. Yep, that one goes. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Boy, he's so dangerous in these situations. Doncic just has a good sense for what he needs to do based on the situation.
Now here's Rose. Out left to the wing. Here's Kennard. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. Mavericks leading by 6. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Brunson. In the corner, right with it. The 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 15 rebounds here tonight.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Pull up Shea, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, you look at Luka Doncic, and it's clear. He's got the entire package, a full repertoire, especially at the offensive end.
Over to the left wing. The 3. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Kennard.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Rose. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, you can tell Rose has really steadily worked on this, shooting it with so much more confidence now.
Right, the pass to Porzingis. Rose against Wright. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Doncic outside to the left side wing. Shot clock at 3. Porzingis can't hit. Pistons trail by 5. Now Rose to the wing right side. And Drummond kicks to Rose. There's the pass to Kennard. And it's off from 3-point range. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Wright, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Rose. And the first one at the line is good. Doomboy is checked in for the Pistons. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dallas. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Pistons trail by 6. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Dallas calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Doomboy. After Luka Doncic's miss. Rose against Wright. Pass to Wood. Over Porzingis. Wood can't hit.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
Pistons trail by 6. Outside Rose. Pass to Wood. Shoots. Here's Drummond. Here's Galloway. And the 3 off target. And Drummond kicks to Galloway. And another shot. And it's Drummond with the jam.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebound.
Mavericks leading by 4. Wright, the pass to Porzingis. Now, here's Doncic. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Knocked loose. Porzingis with the steal. Wright against Rose. Wright, the pass to Doncic. From 6 feet, the shot's good. Doncic has got 8 here in the quarter.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Passes it to Wood. Over Porzingis, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Now here's Wright. Here's Doncic. Buries it from 3-point range. Doncic has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Pistons trail by 7. Outside Rose. Dishes it to Doumbouya. In the corner, it's Galloway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doumbouya can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 7. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you got to push Porzingis out of the paint. If you don't, you're looking for trouble.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rose. Here's Jackson. Right wing. Now here's Doumbouya. Not a lot of room. Drummond trying to get himself free. Jackson misses. And it's Wright with the ball for the Mavericks. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Left side, Porzingis. Now the pass to Wright. He can't get that one to fall. The Pistons go the other way with it. Drummond finds Jackson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Mavericks leading by 6. Wright, the pass to Porzingis. Now here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Three-pointer Wright. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Pistons trail by 8. Galloway taking his time here. Pass to Wood. Fires it up. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 16th rebound on the night. Doncic passes to Wright. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Hardaway for 3. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now here's Jackson. Porzingis with the block.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Mavericks.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Porzingis.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Galloway hits both of them. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. .41 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they double up Jackson. Here's Brokoff. Outside for Barea. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Wood. So it's the Pistons now. Down by 12. Doom. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time.